Hi everyone, Whitney Morrison here. Today I'm going to talk with you about best practices to manage your money as a couple. This is a great video to watch with your partner, so if you haven't already, go grab your partner, grab a cup of coffee, and let's get started. In this video, I'm going to go through a simplified process that I use called money mapping with couples. What we're going to do is we're going to identify 3 levels of financial integration that are available to you and your partner. As you guys are watching this video, you can decide which level feels the most comfortable for you, and hopefully you'll be able to come to some sort of agreement around the next step for you to merge money as a couple. I'm going to do my best to give you the tools to have a comfortable and informed conversation around money that really allows you guys to represent both of your best interests in the conversation. What these conversations will do for you as a couple is they will make sure that you reduce resentment, anxiety, loss of control around your money in the future. These are common issues that couples face because they don't have holistic money conversations at the beginning of their relationship. There's so many benefits to managing your money as a couple. You get to experience the support from your partner. You get to reach your goals faster because you have 2 incomes contributing instead of 1. You get to build some level of shared trust with your partner, exposing your money is incredibly vulnerable, but also incredibly connected. So without further ado, let's get started. The most basic level of financial integration is beginning to plan your shared lifestyle expenses together. And your shared lifestyle expenses are things like going out to eat, buying groceries, entertainment, all the one-time expenses that you and your partner have as a couple. You probably are managing these in one of 2 ways. If you don't have your accounts merged already, then maybe one person is picking up the bill and the other is Venmoing, or you have everything merged into one account and you guys are just spending from this account, but you don't actually have any real visibility in terms of who is spending what, where, why, and how much they can spend. What I suggest is opening up one joint account specifically for your shared lifestyle expenses. Now, this does not include your bills, so any fixed expenses should not be included in this account. The reason why we don't include the fixed expenses is because it makes it much more difficult to really see how much money you have to spend on your lifestyle expenses when your bills are peppered into that account. This dedicated lifestyle expense account is the hub that you and your partner will start to use to make decisions around your shared lifestyle. Now, this doesn't mean that one person can't treat the other. Absolutely, if you want to take your partner out to dinner or if you want to do something nice, you can still use your personal accounts. I don't think you should get rid of your personal accounts, but I do think you should have one joint account specifically for these expenses. Now, deciding how much money each person will contribute to this account is a huge part of the financial planning process for couples. Couples that make the same amount of money may decide that they will split their total shared expenses 50-50. If one person makes more than the other, then maybe one person puts a little bit more and the other person puts a little bit less. This is where you really get to have the conversation around where you are financially, what you can afford, and how much money you feel comfortable putting towards your shared lifestyle as a couple. Once you guys have these conversations, it takes away the dynamic of who's going to pay for what and maybe any resentment around one person picking up the check more than the other, or any insecurity around one person feeling like they should be contributing more, because you've made the decision up front at the beginning of the month how much each of you feel comfortable. Then throughout the month, you can each carry around a debit card, and as you're together, you can each take turns paying, or if you're more traditional and one person likes to be the one that pays all the time, they can just have the debit card. But really, the contribution comes from both of you. Setting up your bank account in this way, having the conversation around how much each of you feel comfortable contributing, will really allow you to take away any frustration that you may have around splitting your shared lifestyle expenses. It also is really great in getting you guys to work together as a team on a shared daily lifestyle budget. Second level of integration is creating a shared bills account for those shared bills instead of just each person picking up bills as they see fit. This can be a great alternative to having one person pick up the cable or one person pick up the rent. It can really allow you guys to get clear on who's contributing what and what percentage really makes sense in terms of your larger financial plan. If somebody makes more money, they can contribute more to this account and pay a higher percentage of the bills, or you can split it 50-50. You guys get to decide what works best for you in terms of contribution. This also really allows you to pivot a bit faster. If somebody's income situation changes, you can just change the contribution amount to the account instead of moving bills out in and out of people's names or having someone have to pay half of a bill. It can just get messy, and this is just a cleaner way. Now, you guys may have bills outside of your shared bills that you want to keep in separate accounts, and that's totally fine. You can have one account for your personal bills and one account for your shared bills. And what will happen is, as the month starts and moves forward and you get paid, you'll put a little bit of money in each of these buckets, right? You'll just fill everything up to where you're covering all of your expenses as your paycheck comes in. And this is a process that I call money mapping that I build out with each of my clients. It is an effortless, super simple way to map out your life, create accounts that map to your life, and then create direct deposits to match that system. Last step, step 3, is to have your shared goal accounts. So these shared goal accounts are traditionally savings accounts, and you can use them for short and long-term shared goals as a couple. Newer couples may have different shared goals than long-term couples, but that doesn't mean that you can't start saving together as a new couple. So for example, you may have a vacation coming up that you want to go on, or you guys may want to buy a new mattress for your house. This is a great way to start that process together. So you can have a shared goal account where, again, each of you get to decide how much money you contribute on a monthly basis. Every single goal needs to have its own home. So if you have your travel account, your emergency fund, your down payment account, your college savings account, all of those need to be broken out. And the reason why is because otherwise, I see a lot of people double dip, where they have an emergency fund that acts as a travel fund, that acts as a college funding for their kids, and they merge everything together and they don't really understand how much money they actually need to have in cash. So keeping your shared goal accounts separate is hugely beneficial in visibility. Financial organization is the key to financial success, along with financial mindset and along with financial purpose, right? That's a big part of my message, is integrating all of the components together. But I do believe that it starts with organization to be able to inform you very quickly on how you're doing and how your savings goals are coming along. Every single dollar that you put into all of your joint accounts legally becomes 50% owned by both of you. So it doesn't matter if I put in $10,000 and my partner puts in $5,000. In the event that something happens, legally speaking, we will split that money in half. It's important to be very careful in terms of how you decide which level works the best for you, especially when you start getting into these long-term savings buckets. That's when the account values can start getting much higher, and that's when more money is at stake. In your bills account and in your lifestyle account, you actually will spend those down to zero every single month. So you don't have to worry as much about sharing these two accounts as couples because the stakes are much lower. But when it comes to the third level of integration, which are your shared goals, this is where it becomes more important to be aware of the fact that this money is 50-50. As a couple, you guys get to decide what feels the best for you. There's no right or wrong answer. I think that having some level of financial integration, so at least that first step, is really, really important because it allows you guys to start working together on your money as a couple. All right, everyone. So I hope you found this video helpful in terms of helping you and your partner figure out what level of financial integration works best for you, how to start working as a team, how to determine how much money goes into each of these accounts. I love working with couples to help them with their finances, and I'm super excited about the new money mapping workbook that's coming out specifically for couples. This is a step-by-step guide that will help you and your partner navigate the entire process of merging your accounts together and managing your money as a couple. Thank you so much for watching today. Please comment and subscribe below. I'm happy to answer any questions you may have on how to merge your finances as a couple. Bye, everybody.